This is Real Deal Sports. The usual guys are always here. We got John with the Chappelle Show, Sean, Big E, Big C, or Chicago, whichever one you claim. It don't.
Hey man,
he's such a hater.
I was talking to someone today, man. Like, you can't throw your quarterback in. Like, I know Bears fans were like asking for Fields, but you cannot throw your guy to the dogs if you're not going to protect him. Like, I still think Justin Fields should have sat this whole season because, first off, his record is like 2-8, which isn't even fair to him. So a lot of he's been playing from behind his whole career now. But hopefully you can get back on track. But
you ain't gonna do.
Hey, John is such a numbers guy. He don't.
Yeah, he is.
He's
I'm just saying, man.
He's by the book, but that's
But when you think about it, what are quarterbacks rated by that no one else in the league is rated by? Like, you don't be like, oh, that kicker be like 31.
They're rated by their record and by their QBR.
Right. And so when his says 2-8, you know what I mean? Like, Trevor Lawrence is going to go hard on his record being 2-14. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take him a couple years to get back like at 50%.
He's going to always be behind.
That's what I'm saying. So, nah, man, like, I don't, but like, if you got the line like the Patriots protect Mac Jones, then hey man, throw your guy to the dogs, let him do his thing. But you can't just put a guy out there if you're not going to protect him, man. Poor Fields, man, he got hit every
play. Mac Jones like 500.
Because I think above 500, ain't he?
They were 10-7.
Were they? Yeah. Oh, so 10-8, 2 games.
Yeah,
above 500. Okay, that ain't bad. I mean, hey, it's okay. Peyton Manning, he started off bad in Indianapolis. He won later in his career. He had a lot.
True. But that season is one of the reasons he never could catch up.
Are you comparing Justin Fields to Peyton Manning?
You got it. No. Just minus the neck injuries and all that. Hopefully.
So far.
Well, that O-line is terrible. But we'll get into all that another show. Then we got Walt down there with all red everything. I don't know if you're rooting for the Buckeyes or what. Because that's dark red, so you got to be rooting for Ohio State.
I'm just wearing clothes. This is just
no.
Think first off, okay,
it's
we
close.
got the All-Star game coming up in Ohio, but think of all the greats who come through Ohio. Like, we're talking about GOATs, man. Like, the 2 best players in the league right now, who are they?
LeBron.
Both Ohio raised boys. Where's Simone Biles from?
I think that. Curry. Hold on. This boy just said Ann Curry. I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, Curry's the second best player in the league, if not the best.
I was just saying. I mean, I was naming them for him. I can't name them for him. You feel me? He just said the 2.
No, you said Ann Curry, like he had other 2.
I'm just saying those 2 are the best in the league.
They are 100%. But only one.
I mean, your boy Big Ben just retired after 18 years with a bunch of records. That's an Ohio-born boy.
Stop it.
No, I'm just saying, like, think about it, man. Your boy Burrow, I think he's Ohio-born, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I claim Burrow, but I will never.
I'm just saying, like, you think about it, when you think about, like,
never claim.
You think about greatness, you don't be like, oh, I'll bet a bunch of players. I would put money on Ohio. Yeah. Simone Biles, Ohio. Like, you just think about, like, what's so funny about that? Pete Rose, Ohio.
You just said the same thing about Chicago. What are you talking about?
No, but Chicago's a big city. Like, it's not surprising there's a lot of great people born here.
Is Chicago a big city? Compared
to
Ohio?
Yeah.
I mean, that's different. Of course, we bigger than Ohio. I mean, none of
All right, keep moving. Let's go.
But first topic, guys. The All-Star game, man. The All-Star starters have been announced.
Yes, sir.
I like what I see. I don't think they got anything wrong. I think, like most All-Star games, it's evenly matched, In the West, you got LeBron and you got Andrew Wiggins. I'm kind of surprised at that one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna lie.
Not a starter, but
is he?
Or is he?
No, I think he's a starter.
Yeah, he's a starter. Yeah.
Him and Steph.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ja and the Joker. That's the West starting 5. So, John, what do you think about What do you think about that? Do you think?
One of my favorite things to look at is the disparity between like what players think and fans think, right?
Right,
Because I take a lot in, like I truly believe a lot in, like, buy a lot. What is the word? Buy into what the players think about this stuff.
100%.
For them, I think it was close. I mean, they had Draymond over another Golden State Warrior over Wiggins, whereas the fans were overwhelmingly for Wiggins being that third spot. But
He's been balling this year. He's
yeah, for sure. But it's just interesting that the players, I think the players go off of like who, I don't know what they go off exactly. I can't speak for them, so that's not even fair to say. But just they're on the floor playing these guys. You have to think a lot of it goes into like, man, who would I rather play against? Am I, I'm not intimidated by that guy, so I'm not, why would I pick him kind of attitude? But yeah, man, Wiggins deserves it. I mean, he had that kind of year, so good for him. But yeah, I just like seeing the difference, like seeing what players think, and it's pretty cool, like to see like how much differently we think from them. And I don't know if anyone actually cares what the media thinks, but like, no, not like a shot. But I'm saying, like, I don't think the players care. I don't think the fans care what the media thinks. But I think they both kind of respect each other. I think players care what the fans think, and the fans care what the players think, and so. Those are the two big ones for me. So yeah, I mean, he would deserve to be there. But all the other four, definitely. Yeah, those are the four guys that you have to put there.
So let me ask you this before you go, Walt. And this is really a question for both of you. Do you agree with Charles Barkley when he said Zach LaVine should be over Trae Young as far as a starter?
I feel like Darius Garland should be a starter over Trae Young, honestly, but that's just me personally. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree. I would definitely, I agree with Charles though. I mean, I could definitely say Zach has definitely been having a hell of a year. Clearly, Chicago, they have what is it, this first or second seed now?
No, I think yes.
But either way, they're doing of course a lot better than what they were last year, and definitely I was surprised this year that how well that they're playing. But I mean, their chemistry and just how well, like I said, Zach and DeMar, that backcourt is crazy, man, and just how the team just correlates and just has that chemistry together. So. I can definitely agree with Charles that Zach should be a starter over Trae, especially with their record. I think they're like the 9th or 10th seed now. Like,
true.
Yeah, I think they dipped as low as 12 at one point. That's the thing is Charles goes off of, right? Because when they decide MVP, it always like well this, but what was your record? Right. So then why Charles always says why not for this? You know what I mean? Like a lot of it, because here's the thing, up until last year, we didn't even talk about amount of games played. You know what I mean? Like if you played 65 to 72 games, you were, and you had the good stats, you were a shoe-in for MVP if you deserved it. Nowadays, we're like, this guy played 82, this guy played 65. Why would I he has better stats, but he played 17 games here. So nowadays we're talking a lot more about games played and as compared to like in the past. But with All-Star Game, it's like we're forgetting about record, you know what I mean? And which is fine if that's what it is, if we're just going off stats. But in the past, people have been snubbed. I mean, we've seen Devin Booker, Brandon Ingram, Bradley Beal leading the league in scoring get snubbed because of their record.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then how is this possible?
Yeah, I was just about to say that's the thing though. With you bringing that up, like what Zach LaVine has both. I mean, I feel like I don't think he's leading Trae over in points, but I mean he does have the better record. And like I said, I think he's played a little bit majority of the games this season more than Trae has. So, or he's been healthier than Trae has this season. So
yeah, and he's also and he's also sharing the ball with another premier scorer, right? So
really another two. Because, even Ball, when he's on the court, he has the ball probably every play. So, you still putting up high 20s. You got Ball and DeRozan on your team. And Vucevic.
So, and that's, real quick throw into I don't think anyone had the Bulls this high, but who the heck had Miami this high? Like, what the heck? I don't know where they came from, but
especially the injuries, they had this year. That's crazy how
my boy Jimmy Buckets is hooping, but so is that team.
Yeah.
Man. Good team.
Miami reminds me of those old Memphis teams. They always in that middle pack. A team you really don't want to play come playoffs because they gonna make it gritty. As nice as Miami is, their team is gritty, and they coming for your head.
And that's the thing.
Oh, go ahead, Walt.
No, I was just about to say that's the only problem with Miami, honestly, is the fact that they can't stay healthy. If they can stay healthy, clearly we all see what type of team they can be when they healthy. It's just health has just been a problem this year.
Right. True.
Yeah, for me, it kind of reminds me of the Orlando Magic team with Dwight Howard, right? Him and Jimmy and Dwight played different styles of game, but they both play tough defense. They do, they're not ball hogs. They shoot when they need to, and they're team oriented, and they push the rest of the team to play defense, and they're surrounded by shooters, right? Jimmy and Howard were both surrounded by shooters. That's what this kind of team reminds me of. Like, it's one of them teams, like, it's not that they scare you, like when the great teams like the Warriors and the Nets and stuff might look at them and be like, all right, we'll beat them in 6 or 5 or maybe 7. But they take a lot out of you. Like, even if you beat them, man, like, you are drained by the end of that series. Like, you better beat them in 4 or 5, or else you are going to be dead going into the next series.
You got a point. You
yeah, and so they're not a team like that scares you, but they're a team that no one looks at their schedule and be like, crap. Like, we want those guys. Like, no one is doing that.
So you trying to say Tyler Hero is a 2020 version of Ito Turkoglu?
I said they're shooters. None of these. I didn't. That's like saying I said Jimmy Butler is Howard. I was saying Jimmy Butler is Dwight Howard. I'm saying it reminds me of that team though. When I think about teams, that reminds me of.
I'm joking.
I was actually gonna say Jimmy was Turkoglu for real. Like, I mean, they kind of got the same play a little bit though. Honestly, in my opinion.
Burner, he was boy. It seemed like if you left him open, game on the line, you might as well just call.
Turkoglu was smacking him. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Turkoglu was like that for real.
But it does make a lot of sense because even with their point guards, Jameer Nelson, Kyle Lowry, both undersized, but they can get you the bucket when you need it.
That's a hell of a comparison, John. For real. Like, I ain't even think of it like that. That's a hell of a comparison.
Here's one that y'all definitely disagree with. Think about if Westbrook played defense and was team oriented, he would be Jimmy Butler. Like, they both can't shoot the 3. They both love that short bank shot coming in, just pulling up on the bank. And if Westbrook played defense and didn't chase every rebound and actually played defense and was more team oriented than just stat chasing, I really think he could be like Jimmy Butler. I think he could be a leader of a good team, and they'd probably get bounced in the second or third round instead of the first every series. But they're not the same player, but I'm just saying, like, he could be. They're both very physical. They both play the full 40 minutes. If they, like, I saw Jimmy, man, at the end of they were like 40, 44 minutes into a game. The ball rolls to the other end. Everyone else was waiting for the ref to go get it. Jimmy just full sprints, chases it down the court, goes and gets it, brings it all the way back. And everyone else, like, hands on the hips. And I'm like, dang, this dude, like, these boys, like, I think those two guys don't. Oh, Westbrook does a little bit, but those two guys don't get a lot of credit for how well they keep their bodies in.
I mean, I get all that, but I just disagree only because of the fact I feel like, one, Butler, he has a way better shot than Westbrook, and 2,
garbage.
And 2, I mean, I feel like Jimmy cares more about the game than Westbrook.
Right. That was my point.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Westbrook could be that guy, but he's not. That was my point.
I just say because Westbrook, he's just too, like, I'm anything, I'm good.
Very nonchalant.
Jimmy, he like, I want this. I want a championship, and I live and die by it, and I really want it. His game is going to show, but I just feel like Westbrook just don't have that same mentality. But
the thing is, saying if Westbrook was more team oriented is the same as saying, like, if Ben Simmons had a 3-point shot. Like, it's just not going to happen. But like, No. All right, I'm gonna go.
I mean, no, you make a point though, bro. Like, I'm gonna laugh, but that's just me. That's just me.
No. But I'm just saying, like at this point, I'm hating. But no, I'm just saying, like I'm big fans of all these guys, but some things will just never change. They'll just never change. So you just gotta accept them for who they are.
So real quick, a question for all of us: who is one person, just one, before we move on to our next topic? Who is one person you feel like was left off the All-Star selection team this year? It could be whoever. You could be from your team, another team, whoever.
I mean, I honestly say like who we just talked about before, Zach LaVine. Like, I mean, that's definitely a snub in my opinion. Like, just like I said, just based off of how well they've been playing this year. So that's a snub for me.
I will say that, like, I was looking at the list, and so the players did pick LaVine over Trey, but at the same time, Carmelo and Anthony Davis only made the list because of the fans. The players actually had, the players had both those guys way down at 12 and 14. So it's interesting. So, I'd have to go through and see who maybe will get bumped from the bottom that maybe deserve to be there. But I mean, I remember a season where I don't think Kobe played the first half of the season and still got picked, because like, listen, if he were healthy, he's the best player. So
population,
that's what a lot of people are going off of, is like
popularity.
Have the best season. And that's the problem with having an all-star game halfway through the season too, is like, Zion Williamson could come back the second half of the season and just destroy teams, right? It's like, I don't like rating guys off half of a season, but that's how the NBA All-Star game is different than the rest.
So, okay, my bad. Quick question. So they haven't replaced KD yet, or they have?
I think he might still coach, but maybe they replace. I don't know how that works.
No, I'm only saying that just because I mean, with us talking about snubs, I mean, one of the snubs, they should be able to take KD's spot, right?
True.
Oh yeah, they always do that. Yeah, someone always gets put in.
So that's what I'm saying. Okay, well, yeah, that's all I was saying. Well, that was relating to us talking about the snubs, though. So that's why I asked that question. So yeah, we can. Nico, move on to the next topic.
Yeah, because you got Paul George is hurt, so some other players are definitely going to get put in. So I'm going to wait and see who gets put into those spots before I say snubs. But I mean, if we're just talking about starters though, which is what this one is about, I would say, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call it a snub, but I can definitely see how LaVine should have been there over Trey.
True, and I say the same, because like Walt was saying earlier, he's just been having a better year. He has more talent around him, as a team, but he's still been putting up numbers. They still been winning games. Hopefully this injury bug, stays away from him after Caruso comes back. And hopefully we can see the team, although Pat is gone for the season, hopefully we can still see the team at 90% and see what they can do. So, but yeah, next topic. Mr. Joel Embiid pays fine for a young man he got into it with.
Alvarado.
Yeah. I honestly, guys, I like this. I wish more big time players would do this when they, because when you first get into the league or it's your first game, you trying to do whatever it takes so you can get that year extension or another 10-day contract, whatever. So I mean, I love the fact that he did it, man, because it's already hard enough as is, and I gotta pay a fine for playing tough or trying to do whatever it takes to stay on the team. I like it.
Yeah, I like that Embiid talked about it afterward too. He was talking about no, I respected him because he got a tech, and then maybe one more and he's gone, and yet he didn't back down. Like he kept playing us tough, kept talking trash the whole game, and he respected that. Yeah, these guys are completely different. Now, how he said apparently he said to Embiid after the game that he couldn't afford it. I looked at how much he's making. I'm not sure how he couldn't afford it, but still, like, it's really cool to to see other players like who are on supermax contracts, like what, yeah, like I understand, like, this is pennies to me, as if as compared to, like, this is actually whether you get a sunroof on your BMW or not.
Right.
To you, what I mean, it's a big deal to you, but like it's not a huge deal, but it's a big
Right.
deal, and to me it's nothing. So that's cool of him.
What is he making? A veteran minimum?
I saw he was making 460,000 a year this year,
Okay.
and I think the fine was only 2,000. So
Well, you never know. With if you got an agent, accountant, all that money ain't going to your pocket.
oh
Yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
taxes, depending on
You don't know how big them New Orleans taxes are, or how bad.
I mean, I only got really one word to say, and that's just a humble move.
Yeah.
Just humble, that's this humble move by Embiid. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. Even that just shows that there's still some type of sportsmanship in today's game, and you know what I'm saying. That's just the NBA players, brothers looking out for brothers. You know what I'm saying. So
But
that's
it's funny though, because I've never heard nobody pay for opposing teams' fine. I've heard of players paying for, like say we all on the team. I pay for Walt's fine or John's fine, but I ain't never heard of a player paying for another opposing team's fine.
I mean, I'm sure it's been out there. It's just, it's probably just never been public
True.
out there publicly or something. But I mean, I'm sure there's been some time in the NBA where some opposing player did the same thing Embiid does. It just hasn't been out there.
True.
yeah, 'cause I think Embiid talked about it. I think Alvarado brought it up first, but yeah, then like Embiid got asked about it and brought it up, so I think that kind of made it a thing. But
Yeah, because then Alvarado that game he had all his family members and stuff there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
the thing.
did. I think he had like a whole bunch of family members and stuff like that as well. So I mean, it was just it was just like Nico said, it was just an emotional game. That's all. I mean, emotional moment.
right. Because the thing is that people don't realize that NBA stuff is not promised. You know,
Yeah.
you can play this week or this year. We've seen it. We've seen guys slowly but surely drift down. He went from, oh man, he's an all-star, he's a GOAT. Slowly but surely coming off the bench, getting 5-10 minutes a game, or 5 minutes every other game. So I think, man, when you get to those kind of opportunities, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you think about all the point guards who just came through Chicago alone, who like, what I mean, like uh, Nate Robinson, man, like Nate Robinson was like on the last leg of his career, and then D Rose gets hurt, and then Nate has like a crazy playoff run there, and then he gets, then he got that next check, and that's where a lot of guys, I mean, Jeremy Lin, right? Let's say Jeremy Lin never gets to play during his 10-day contract. Like, we never know what could have become of Jeremy Lin, and
I he probably did the most with his opportunity
Definitely.
because he was cooking. Them 5-6 games he played, he was going for like 40 every game.
yeah, but I look at like guys who like, I remember Jimmer came through Chicago, and he was fun, but he's a guy like you bring off the game late, or if you're down a lot, whatever, and stuff like that. But like, people are like, oh yeah, he had a terrible run in Chicago. I'm like, no, we never gave him a shot. Like he took like 4 shots here in Chicago, and then we just.
I think him and Doug McDermott are in that same category.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he never really had a shot. It was like you got to kind of find your way. But at that time, I think the Bulls were still a good team, but they were trying to figure things out, and it was like got to find your place.
But same for DJ Augustin. DJ Augustin was at the end, like he was done, and then he got a big chance here in Chicago because again, Derrick Rose hurt and all that stuff, and Nate Robinson had already gotten his big deal for the next, moved on. I think it was the Knicks or something. I forget where he went after that, but then DJ Augustin came in, and then he was able to get another contract, and that's the thing, man. Like a lot of guys without getting hurt, it's like Bradley Beal, right? If John Wall don't get hurt, do we ever know how great Bradley Beal ever could be? Now, I don't know if he can lead a team, But like, is he a 23-point a game guy or is he a 30-point game? It seemed with CJ McCollum, man. Like, we'll never know how great CJ is playing alongside Dame. But, like, so it's just cool to see some of these guys get 10-day contracts and be able to actually play on them and see how good they are. And that's kind of been fun. But yeah, kudos to Embiid though. This whole situation, yeah.
Yeah, big up to him, man. Probably gonna use it as a tax word up there. But Chiefs Kingdom, man. Chiefs fans give $300K to the Buffalo.
It might be more now. It might be even more.
It could be, yeah. It could have been probably a mil, 1.5 something. We're speculating. We don't know for sure. But yeah, man, I think that's a super dope. Another thing, you don't see fans doing this for other opponent,
right?
Hospitals. They'll do it for their own, but again, doing it for opposing fans' hospitals, I think it's dope, man. It's a dope move by them.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, man. Like I said, yeah, you don't see this, nowadays. But like I said, with the Chiefs fans raising all that money and probably still growing, and just helping those kids out in that hospital, man, for whatever situations they got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping for the best for them, praying for the best for them, and like I said, the Chiefs fans are doing a great thing for that, and that's dope as hell.
100%.
That's the thing, man, and it's not that. Like Walt said, he's right. We don't see a lot of this today, but that doesn't mean it's not happening, right? Because the next topic we're going to talk about is the reason we don't see these kind of stories, right? Because, but like,
okay,
but I'm just saying, like, it is happening. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool about this is like when stories like this actually slip a little bit into the media more than the back page of the newspaper, like. It's cool when these stories at least make second or third page because them other stupid stories, the Instagram, TikTok type stories hit the top. It's really cool when these ones kind of But again, you got to give like a crazy amount to even make it a story. But yeah, kudos to the Chiefs fans. I've always thought Chiefs fans are cool, and like they've always shown out for their team. Their team's been decent on it up and it's not like they're just been trash.
These last 4 years, man, they definitely been.
No, but even before that, they had a run with Alex Smith. Before that, they had a run with Trent Green. Before, I'm just saying, like they've never had like 10 years of just.
They've never been where they are right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's facts.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Chiefs have had great players. Don't get me wrong, but they haven't really been as good as they are now.
If the Chiefs defense wasn't idiots on that play when Marvin Harrison caught the ball, fell to the ground, and all the Chiefs just gave up, and he stood up and ran like 30 more yards for a touchdown, we'd be talking about that team. You know what I mean? That Priest Holmes, Tony Gonzalez, Kenny, Dante Hall, Kenny Edison, I think it was. Eddie Kinnison.
Why you can't just accept the fact this is the best version?
Oh, for sure. We're not debating that, but I'm just saying the Chiefs were just good with Alex Smith. They were. So I'm just saying they haven't had 10 years of just trash. So, but I mean, still, their fans are there when they're bad and when they're good. They've had
4 years. That's about it, though.
Yeah, but if you're Jacksonville fans, right? Like, I mean, like it's understandable that like they don't. I'm just saying, like it's understandable when fans will see a bad product for a long time. They don't show. Chiefs really haven't had that where it's just bad. Like they have up and down, but still, that place is loud, man. That place they show up, man, and I like Chiefs.
Hey, that's John's second shot at the
right. Yeah. That boy just be throwing flamethrowers. Jesus.
Which he must got something against Jacksonville tonight.
Yeah, that boy.
It's all good.
Hey, remind us to let you know when we go anywhere towards Jacksonville. So
yeah, we love you. We love you.
I like the Jets.
We love you.
I really have one big criticism. I'm like, I really think like Jacksonville quarterbacks never get their respect. Go look at like Gardner Minshew's stats. Like that dude should be playing somewhere. Like not backup. He should be playing somewhere. I'm not saying
Brian
he's in Philly as a backup.
That's what I'm saying. He should. I don't think he's a backup, man. I think he's good. David Garrard, whatever his name was, that kid had a he had a winning record in Jacksonville. Like, dude, Blake Bortles went to the AFC Championship game. Like, a lot of these, no, Blake Bortles is not good. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of guys have had success, a lot of guys have had success in Jacksonville, and yet they never get chances elsewhere. And I never understand that. Like, I don't understand why these guys aren't getting chances somewhere else.
Their best quarterback, Blake Bortles or Mark Brunell.
They had this really good quarterback last year. I think he might have played tight end. Oh, was it Tim Tebow? I think he got let go before the season started.
No,
Tim Tebow was the winner.
Nope.
Well, you know who Tim Tebow reminds me of? Jimmy Garoppolo.
Wait, what?
Dude will have 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, and interception, and win a game, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this dude, win games, man.
Because of their defense or something, or special teams, not because of them.
Jimmy was one throw away from being undefeated in the playoffs. He missed Emmanuel Sanders on that go route. If he hits that, does Pat Mahomes ever have a Super Bowl?
I think Emmanuel Sanders was on the Broncos when Tim Tebow hit the guy who just passed away.
DT.
Demarius Thomas.
Yeah,
I think Emmanuel Sanders on that team.
What is your fascination with Tim Tebow?
I don't know.
I think he was just making a comparison to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, he's just.
I like take shots. I like take shots at Tebow. I think he's a good sport, and I think he's easy to take shots at. I don't think he would hate me for it, but who knows?
Speaking of taking shots,
I don't say mean stuff about him.
He won't hate you for it. He's too godly. He won't hate you for it.
You never know. That boy.
No, he would.
Hey, that boy.
I don't even think I could see Tim Tebow being mad though. Like, bro, he just has always just so much great.
Listen, he don't gotta get mad, man. Him and his brothers
for the national championship game,
man.
Dude, him and his brothers look like the Watt brothers.
He didn't find Jesus. He didn't find Jesus then.
Jesus was with him then.
Listen,
Jesus, he had that 316 on that face paint. Jesus was there. Jesus told him, "Hey Tim, go handle that." I got you, guy. Like,
I tried.
Maybe Jesus likes the Patriots. Who knows?
Hey, boy, you talking about? He gotta be a Boston fan. Boston in general has just had luck.
You got to be a Tom Brady fan.
No, well, Boston in general, because them early 2000s, the Patriots and the Red Sox, they seem like every other year the Red Sox was in the World Series.
And the Celtics.
They went twice. Relax. Twice.
We still talking about Boston, right? That's they part of Boston.
No. But they didn't have No, it's different. Getting to the championship and getting in the playoffs is two totally different situations.
So we just I thought we were talking about Boston, but go ahead. Okay.
No. I mean, I said Boston. You the one talking about Tom Brady.
Well, he was part of it.
Hey, every state has a team, right? That's like the Minnesota Vikings, and if they have more than one team, they go by the city. Every state that has a team goes by the state, right? So the North Carolina Panthers, the Minnesota Vikings. If they have more than one team, they go by the city. How disrespectful is it to all the other teams in New England that the Patriots just call themselves like we represent all these states? Like all the other cities are like, man, we're here too. Like
I don't think they care. I don't. Because
I do think that they're stealing fans from other states that probably would like be
possibly.
Just because they're calling themselves.
But it's like
if the Browns call themselves the Ohio Browns, you know what I mean? And you lived in Ohio, you'd be like, I'll be a Browns fan. Whereas you might be right next door to the Bengals. So I don't know. I kind of wonder if they're stealing fans from other states.
They could, but you can say the same about New York.
I mean,
Jersey could be upset. Hey, they got all the New Yorks. We ain't got no team in Jersey. Like, dude, you had the Nets. They're gone.
I think Buffalo is actually like the most New York team there is. Speaking of, this Buffalo.
Damn, what you mean?
Well, the other two teams are kind of almost in New Jersey.
True. Yeah.
Buffalo's actually New York. But
I saw somewhere though somebody was trying to sue them for like false advertisement. They was calling themselves New York Giants and Jets, but they play at MetLife, which is in Jersey. It was a fan. I'm like, dude, you're wasting your time. Just let it go. Root for that team 8 times a year and shut up. Not gonna win that case. They got long money. Stop playing. But who need why we talking about all this celebrating and underestimated?
Yeah.
Brit-
Tell us why people aren't hearing about that last topic.
Brittany Matthews, the wife
Beyonce
of Chiefs Kingdom quarterback Pat Mahomes. She
in the news again.
had a viral
Yeah.
video, so to say, of her spilling, popping champagne like they won a championship game. But I didn't see no Birdman. So what are you doing? What are you doing? It's a playoff game. You've been here the last 4 years. What are you doing? It seems, but like I was telling John earlier, it seems like she did this just so she could be in someone's conversation. She did it for attention. She did it for attention. She didn't have on no mask. Hopefully she didn't catch COVID. But it's like you just doing this for attention. And it's like, why you just can't be happy for your husband? Real quiet, real silent. You got to do the most. You popping champagne. It's the playoffs. You ain't win the Super Bowl yet. I'm like, come on, man. What you doing? So I'm done with it. I'm going to let you guys take it from here.
Hey, I'm gonna let Walt wrap it up. My only thing with this is I'm not even talking about this because she did it. Like I think, like, all right, you know what? I'd be annoyed too. I wouldn't confront no one. I'd be annoyed if Pat Mahomes did it to me. Like I'd be like, dude, come on, man. Like I ain't
Right.
trying to, whatever.
Division
Like,
round.
yeah, I gotta go get in my car. I don't want to smell like alcohol and stuff, like whatever.
Well,
I gotta drive Uber later on. Everyone gonna think I'm wasted in here. So nah, I'm just like,
don't get put over by the cops.
I wouldn't be cool with it, but I wouldn't confront no one over it. The only reason I'm talking about this is because of her response, man. Her response was probably stupider than the response to her. She said, why can't I just do what I want and people, keep quiet about it pretty much. Like, why can't I just do and I'm like, listen, none of us can just do what we want. That's not how it works. Like the second Walt can swing on a punching bag all day. The second he swings in my area is a different story. Like you can't the second you make contact with other people and infringe on other people's lives,
right.
you can't just do that. You can't, and it's not that she's excited about the Chiefs, man. It really has been about her. Like, I'm sorry, like she has a track record, man. Like we talked about, if Ndamukong Suh does something wrong, or if Khalil Mack did something wrong, you'd be more likely to be like, oh, Sue did that on purpose because he has a track record.
Mm-hmm.
She has a track record, man. Her and her little brother-in-law or future brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, track records, man. And so that's why no one's like, nah, this is not about the Chiefs. This is not about your husband. This is about you. And the only reason, the big reason I care about it is because I like read what Chiefs fans are saying about it. And I think they're split maybe 50-50. I don't know. I didn't take a poll, but I think a lot of Chiefs fans wish that she would go away. Like just be quiet. You know what I mean? Just be quiet, sit in your nice box, make your nice posts. But the second you open that sneaking window and start spraying us and then say, why can't I just do what I want?
Right.
It's like, dude, no, stop. Just stop. Like, we're not children, man. You don't just get to do what you want.
Go ahead, brother Walt.
I mean, honestly, I really don't have too much to say about this. I mean, I just really feel like the soon-to-be Mrs. Mahomes just needs to stay out of social media. You talking about you want to do what you want. I bet everybody wishes, like John said, can do what they want to do, man. Because man, let's just put it like that. But
it's just such a childish response.
It is though. And then
the fact
she had another response that say, I think she said like "oops" or something like that. And it's just like, man, just please, just relax. Like you said, sit in the box, enjoy your time. it's definitely not the time to be popping champagne, spraying people, especially like you. I mean, you didn't even win the AFC Championship yet.
Championship game.
It was just a divisional round game. So it's just I
It
get
was a
why
crazy game. It was a crazy game, and I'm sure emotions were crazy.
right. Emotions were high because of the game was so crazy, but that's still I feel like that's definitely still not a bottle champagne popping moment. That's just like maybe a
not infringe on no one else, man.
like
let's say
80%. I don't know. Yeah,
even if 80% of people down there were okay with it, that other 20% still matter. Like you can't just do what you want. Like that's the whole point. And that's why this is a thing, is because she says stuff like that. It's like, why can't I do what I want? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that's not how life works. Maybe for rich people, but eventually it'll catch up with you with them too. Like that, you just don't get to do what you want, and that's such a childish response.
You know what is equivalent to? Imagine like Aisha.
Yeah, John Legend and his wife, man. Like we all love John Legend.
What? Imagine Aisha popping bottles because Steph won the second round of the playoffs. It's the second round. I still got to win 2 more games. What are you doing? 2 more series in his case. In Pat's case, 2 more games before I'm a champ. Why are you popping bottles prematurely? What? Like, sit down. And, you know, like John said earlier, it seemed like her and his younger brother just be. It's like y'all just want so much attention. Why you just can't be the wife and younger brother of Pat Mahomes? Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I say make the most of it, right? But like, listen, Steph Curry's wife went and made a cooking show and does other stuff. Like, they're not out there. She's not out there spraying people in the stadium with champagne. Like, there's a difference. Like, you can do stuff for attention and profit off of who you're married to. I'm no problem with that. But
I was just about to say,
it's childish, man. It's just childish.
There's other ways that you can move. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's move in silence, man. There's no way. If you want attention, there's other ways that you can gain attention than what you're doing right now, man. Like, it's so many other ways that you can gain attention. Like, especially like who your soon-to-be husband is about to be. Like, it's so many other platforms that you can set up or whatever towards you don't have to gain attention like what you're doing now. So, just know. You just gotta switch it up, man, and just pretty much like I said, sit back, chill, and you just gotta stay off social media, man. Please.
Even like with his brother, what was that this year or last year when he was standing on Sean Taylor's,
memorial?
Yeah, memorial or whatever they were doing for him at the football team stadium. Why are you standing on that making a TikTok?
Yeah, I will say, like, 1% in his defense, I will say maybe he didn't know who Sean Taylor was or what that was, but also there's 99% that says, how are you that, like, out of touch with everything else that you don't even ask, like, what is this special area? Why is this? Like, that's the thing is, man, like, it's so much about them that they do not pay attention to everything else. They do not pay attention to how everyone else feels about anything. And, like, that's the whole thing. Because here's the thing. We wouldn't even talk about it if she didn't respond, or if she had a better response, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe,
or she wouldn't even done it.
Maybe she
don't do it.
Listen, okay, I will say this, right? We're only talking about this because it's a more fun topic, right? We're not going to talk about all the. There's a lot of things the Chiefs players and the Chiefs coach's son have done that are way worse than this, that detract way worse from the team. No, but I'm just saying, right? So in aspect of all that, like, this is not the worst thing, right? But, like, it's just the fact that it's about them. It's not about the Chiefs. And that's the thing is, right, we don't talk about those topics because they're not more lighthearted, whatever. But, like, so, I mean, I'm not going to criticize her like that. Like, but still, like, it's just, dude, like, you had such a good win. The Chiefs fans do a big thing. And then you have to do, I've seen her more in the news than Pat Mahomes this week. And it's like, why? And then it's because she has such childish responses to this stuff. And it's just, I don't know. That's my take. I'm done.
Yeah.
Grow up. That's all.
On social media, please.
Sit down somewhere. And if you seeing this, Miss Brittany Matthews, call us. Come on the show. Tell us what you was doing. We want to hear from you. Like, what were you thinking in that moment?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was slightly had a few.
Toxic.
because there's a lot of players and dumb stuff they regret that had a few. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt of that, but I'm just saying, man. Like at some point, you have a track record.
You blaming it on alcohol?
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we know she had some after this moment. I don't know about before, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
It probably was not her first or her second. We may never know.
Or last.
But
at night. No, look.
Kudos to Chiefs. Kudos to Chiefs fans. Big game, big moment. Almost sorry for them for that this happened. And kudos to Pat Mahomes. Sorry for him this had to happen. You know what I mean? Like I said,
hopefully nobody got hurt.
Man, Mahomes ain't worried about this, man. Mahomes is way too focused on other stuff than worried about.
Nobody's gonna get asked. He's gonna get asked.
Of course he is, but he's gonna brush it off, and he's like, I got other. In the back of his mind, he's like, I got other things to be worried about. He gonna talk to his wife privately. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
I'm sure he will. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes seems like a type of dude. He don't want to be all in the media for real. So,
hey man,
He's gonna talk to his wife privately, handle that business. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I still got 2 more games we got to win. If you want to pop champagne,
right
at the Super Bowl, let's do it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, spray it on your family next time.
And spray it on your family. You ain't got to spray it on the entire fans because like you said, you don't want to go home smelling like that, or you don't want to be smelling like that. You don't know what they got to be doing after the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be going out to a club or something smelling like champagne already or something.
Sticky as hell.
Sticky.
What? Put up by the police, it's all trouble.
All right, let's wrap it up. Last thing, real quick. I'm gonna do our predicts I'm gonna start off with the Chiefs game, man. I got Chiefs, man. 31-21. I'm sorry. I believe in the Chiefs. I believe in Andy Reid. I believe in this defense showing some sign of life. If they don't, then you know what? Then I don't even know if they can win a Super Bowl, man. But I do believe in them showing sign of life in this game. I think the young guys are going to have a little bit of trouble in Cincinnati, and I'm going to go Chiefs 31-21.
I guess I'll go with the Chiefs as well. My score, I'll probably say it's going to be a high scoring, probably I'll say 30. I'll say 30-36.
30-36?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Almost like that Bills game.
I'm going to go with the underdog. I'm going to say.
You look like you got Jamar Chase jersey on.
I do. I'm glad you noticed.
And that's good. Everybody would think I would go with the Bengals too, but I can't do it, man.
I'm gonna say Bengals, man. I just think people been telling me, oh, they got Pat and all that. I'm like, bro, Pat don't play corner. And that's the weakest link for the Chiefs. Them corners, man. They can't cover nothing. And I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, I think they're gonna have a big game. And I think, someone that's gonna, have to help pace the game is Joe Mixon. Because if he can run it, you keep Chiefs on the sideline. You don't need Pat building a rhythm. You want him to get cold. Sit on that bench 5 to 6 minutes at a time. But you still want to put the ball in the end zone. So I think, the best way for the Bengals to really play this is play keep away. Play keep away. I think Joe Mixon, I can see him going for about 110. 110 and a touchdown. And I think the Bengals are able to make enough plays.
So what's your final score again?
30. I'll go 34-35.
That's a nice game. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with, I'm going to let Walt go last or next after that. I'm going to start off with 49ers and the Rams. It's kind of cool. I don't know if a team's ever played two of their own divisional teams in the same playoff before. Rams took down the Cardinals, and now they got to play the Niners. But I got faith in them. But the Niners are one of the teams that kind of like to bog the game down and make it slow. and I think they're able to do that. But I don't think it's going to be enough. So I expect this to be a weird scoring one. I'm gonna say 21-16 Rams.
Who you got, Walt? Who you got?
Well, everybody that knows me and knows that I'm an old Dale Beckham fan, and I'm loving the fact that he's doing this thing out there in LA. Even though he couldn't do it here in my city, but I like Odell, so I'm gonna say the Rams, and I'm gonna say it's going to be 30-24.
Okay. All right, guys. This might shock you. I'm gonna go with the Niners. Go with the Niners. And I say Niners win 24-19.
Oh, we got a case on one of these games? Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Bengals.
Chiefs and the Bengals. Got you. All right.
Hey man, if Niners Chiefs win, we could have a rematch of a couple Super Bowls ago, man. Garoppolo could get his chance to do it again.
Wait, Niners Chiefs. Oh, to redeem himself.
Yeah. I can't put my belief in Garoppolo, man. I can put my belief in everybody else, but
I can't either. But
I just feel like Garoppolo, he's gonna have to make a play. He's gonna have to make that one play, and I just feel like he's not gonna be able to do it.
But you know what it is, though? After watching last week, I don't have faith in the Rams defense.
I do. I feel like they're gonna
because as talented as they are, Jalen Ramsey gave up a 50-yard bomb.
I feel like just for that reason,
man, they were on the field the whole second half.
But still, if you're supposed to be a lockdown corner, at least don't make it look that easy.
Ain't no one a lockdown corner when even Champ Bailey struggled if he was on the field 48 minutes. You can't leave guys. You got offense and you got to stay on the field.
A 50-yard go route. A 50-yard go route. And as good as
you think Jalen Ramsey is not that good just because that one play?
I didn't say he wasn't that good. I just don't have faith in everyone else.
All right,
Jalen Ramsey's one man. He can only take one person at a time.
You say you don't have faith in Aaron Donald or Von Miller or Leonard Floyd?
Bro.
For me, the 5 best players are Mahomes, Brady, Derrick Henry, Justin Tucker, and Aaron Donald. If those 5 are on the field, I'm betting on their team most of the time. I got Aaron Donald and I got Pat Mahomes. But hey, I'd like to see the Bengals make it. That'd be cool. But I don't think this is their year. I think they're a year early, maybe a year too early. But
can you ever really be a year too early? I mean,
the Cubs were a year early, and then sure enough, we said they were a year early, and sure enough, the next year they came back and won it. A lot of teams are a year early. Only problem is if you get hurt the next year. That's what
every team though.
Right, but I'm saying a lot of teams are 1 year away from being great, and then think about it. The Thunder don't trade James Harden. They're one of the greatest franchises we've ever seen, possibly.
I mean, they still are. I mean, just based off draft picks alone.
Well,
who drafts three MVPs?
Hey, they drafted they drafted Eric Gordon too, and then traded him away. Imagine if he were on that team. Anyway, that's another topic for another day, man. I like to imagine the Clippers if they had Dame Lillard and CJ and Brandon Roy and Greg Oden and LaMarcus Aldridge. What could have been?
I wish we'll
never know.
I wish I had Kyrie and LeBron back.
No, not Kyrie. He wouldn't be able to play. COVID.
Actually, he would.
Cleveland can. Cleveland, baby.
He play.
Oh, they don't have restrictions?
Oh. That's gonna do it for this one, man. Y'all stay healthy. Come back, join us on the next one. Wrap up, Walt.
This your boy Big Walt, Nico, John. Appreciate y'all joining us here on Real Deal Sports, man. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, tell your mama, your daddy, all that.
Why are we showing our shirts?
I don't know why we're doing this, but yes. But hey, if Nike, if you want to sponsor this, please Please.
Nike, NFL, if you want to sponsor this.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle,
Right.
if you want to sponsor. Victory Lap or
No, Nipsey Hussle, baby.
yeah,
Oh, I like that.
I know. What is the name of it?
Okay.
Victory Lap.
All money in. All money in.
The marathon, all right? The marathon.
Marathon. There you
Yeah,
go.
the marathon.
Marathon.
Yeah, but it's all money in logo.
We looking for all sponsors.
That's
We got
right.
a lot coming. So
Oh, I was giving them a shout out. I wasn't asking Nipsey to sponsor me. I was giving him a shout out.
we're asking Nipsey, hey, whoever's ahead of that, call us. We here.
I'm just
We-
gonna see
we-
right here.
We can even do a show in LA. Let us know.
Hey, I might even have to make a special appearance in Chicago so I can see these guys face to face. Of course, masked up. You know, we all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all got the king coming back, captain of his own team.
I mean, it's only right though. I think even if he was having a bad year,
Man, but I feel like they snubbed Garland, man. Garland should definitely be in that, man. That's crazy.
Hey, all this celebrity boxing, I got one. King Henry versus King Braun. That would sell tickets.
hell no.
All right, we're out.
LeBron, he too long.
Henry big as hell. What you mean?
They're about the same size. Stop playing.
I don't know.
LeBron, what is about 260? Henry about 260. 4 inches shorter.
You probably right.
Yeah.
I still don't want to get hit by Henry.
I definitely.
You don't want to get hit by Bron either. Bron might have that grown old man strength already.
I've seen Henry stiff arm. I'd hate to get a punch from that guy.
I'm about to say definitely want to Norman on that boy. Whew.
You seen Bron go to the hole?
Yeah, that's a freight train coming.
I agree with you. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm saying I think it would sell tickets. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying who win.
Most
Saying it
people
would
want
sell
to take
tickets.
Bron either.
Brown ain't
King
doing
versus-
nothing until he
King of
retires.
the NFL versus
You
King
think-
of the NBA.
You seen Bron get an elbow in Detroit?
What, back in the day?
No, a couple this year when he get that boy that elbow.
Oh, man, let's not talk about that no more, man. We bringing up the past.
LeBron, we love you, man.
Hey, this outro is longer than the last one at this point.
Hey, subscribe to the channel, man. If you still watching this long, subscribe, like, share. Tell your grandma, your mama, your girl, your side chick.
I gotta love this part, but just because this is the bloopers, I gotta watch this part.
Yeah,
like it's the funniness.
Because we all be comedians, not professionally, but
I was about to say I'm definitely
in our own way. All right, he don't want to be one. I'm a comedian.
I could be a dancing comedian. How about that?
What are you doing, son?